long time in the West, private life was regulated by the church, and any act of physical intimacy outside of a heterosexual union, and for reasons other than procreation, was labeled sinful and unholy. This moralizing view, imposed by a religious hierarchy, rightfully incurred pushback. In the last century, particularly starting from the 1960s, opponents of this traditional outlook sought to replace religion with science and argued that instead of being shameful, sex is a natural biological act not subject to moral condemnation. In addition, this new discourse portrayed sex as fun, positive, empowering, and even anti-establishment. Now no longer so shocking to hear people talk about hookups, friends with benefits, and other non-traditional practices in our culture. But this purely biological and materialist narrative is false. While animals are driven to reproduce, human beings are not ruled by natural impulses. Throughout history, we have created stories that have transformed sex into an experience laden with complex meanings. Today, we are conditioned to focus on the sensations generated by sexual organs, rather than the ethics, visions, and emotions produced by our minds and hearts. It is not surprising that when we turn to biology, rather than history or philosophy, we begin to privilege aspects of ourselves that can be measured, things such as hormones, nerve stimuli, and neurotransmission. But physical intimacy should be treated as neither religious transgression nor solely bodily pleasure. We, as human beings, exist to find and give love, and sex is a component and expression of that existential drive. When our interactions are defined by love, which is always mutual and cooperative, we are no longer separate individuals seeking to maximize personal utility. The crude biological conception of the human at its worst can embolden aggression and violence in individuals who want to take advantage of the vulnerable, and in other cases, promotes a blasé attitude that is devoid of thought and care, making us more likely to both harm ourselves and others. In politics and economics, we on the left contest the idea that people only think for themselves, with no goal beyond acquisition governing our behavior. In the interpersonal realm, we also want to move away from the belief that the best we can do is pursue utility as dictated by evolutionary biology. Only through love will we be able to acquire the imagination and faith that engender respect, loyalty, growth, solidarity, perseverance, and other wonderful, ineffable things, which in turn bring more profound pleasure to life and sanctity to the body.